At what point is like, okay, this is what I need to do?
I think it happened right there, Vinny. I think that everything had reached a fever pitch. I got one other theory. Not only is he being pressed about the money, he stole the money. This relationship is deteriorated. Both of them feel betrayed. This is like a divorce. Each party thinks the other one is at fault. They're enraged. They're outraged. But he's also got to worry about going to jail, because that's the next step for Keith, is to go to the authorities to say, where did this money go? So his whole life is crumbling. Do I think that maybe he had thought about these kind of things before and maybe wasn't going to act on them? I don't think that this was a light switch moment, but this phone call was the one where he went into action because he was at the end of the road. The gig was up. This is brutal, brutal evidence for the defense. And I'm sitting here as a lawyer thinking, how do I tap dance around this?
Bob, do you think that Keith would have gone to authorities? I still think, like, they're brothers, they're brothers, they're brothers. I think at some point, things will be different, but I can't imagine that Keith would want him. I see him more like, quoting The Godfather again, no, Paulie. Your punishment is you're out of the family business.
Yeah, look what happened to Paulie. So in the movie. But listen, I equate it to a divorce. The most acrimonious cases that I have been involved in as a prosecutor are domestic violence, if you will, related or domestically related, because the loyalty has been breached. On top of the fact that the money is stolen, there's a whole family history, and this guy seems like he's literally at his wit's end. And to answer your other question, have I seen family members go to the prosecutor's office to recover money that they believe were stolen in business? Happened all the time. In fact, we had so many of those cases, we didn't have enough prosecutors and investigators to investigate them. But I'll say that the sinister piece to this is the defendant orchestrates this plan. He's got to make it look like I'll burn both houses down. There's all sorts of money with this. There's insurance money. There's money maybe with this policy that he gets. I don't think he's really thinking about that so much, but he's going to literally burn down both houses and 4 people in order to execute this plan. That's what makes it so sinister.